Tesla stock investors, I have some bad news I want to share with everybody out there. This is very bad news in the short term. It could affect Tesla's stock price in a pretty substantial way. I want to explain what's going on here, explain to you what I'm planning on doing with my Tesla shares. I think, honestly, we could get for the people out there that didn't get to take advantage of the deals we saw in Tesla stock in Q4 of 2022 at the beginning of this year, you might be getting a very interesting opportunity over this next 6 months. And, when you get these opportunities in Tesla stock, you got to take advantage of those opportunities, or they do end up passing you by over time. Ask anybody that's been looking to get into stock over the past 5-10 years, and they're going to tell you exactly that, okay? So I want to take you guys through some very important things, show you we're in the middle of a hurricane right now, okay? And that's not a hurricane, but the cold air is blowing from Mount Charleston. We got a major severe thunderstorm coming in. It doesn't matter if it's a thunderstorm. Still going to record for you guys out here, okay? We're going to make do with what we got to work with, and we're going to get on with our lives, okay? So I am subscribed to a person on Patreon, Troy Tesla. It's like $5-10 a month to pay for his service, and this guy tracks Tesla projected deliveries in production numbers on a very high level, I would say. He's not perfect with his numbers, but he's pretty damn good, okay? And so I'm subscribed to him. Like I said, it's super cheap. And so I want to show you what he put out here today, which is very troubling for kind of Tesla overall, okay? Very, very troubling in the short term here. And let me take you through exactly what he said and kind of my read on this, okay? So what he put out here today, Tesla's orders backlog, delivery wait times, and inventory in Q3 2023 updated today, literally today, okay? It says, hi everybody, here's the latest. The US numbers don't look good. Today is August 1st, and Tesla's order page in the US still shows July-August delivery for all Model 3 and Model Y versions. This suggests the number of buyers waiting for delivery is low. In Europe, Model 3 wait times have increased because imports from China are low. They have been importing Teslas into Europe from China. I would expect this to be resolved by the end of the quarter. In China, there's no changes. The wait times are still the same, okay? Now, I'll take you through the numbers here in just a moment, but obviously, not great news when you're a growth stock, right? When you're a growth stock, you're priced like a growth stock, like a Tesla, my Tesla is obviously, right? You want to always see just like insane demand for your product. It's going through the roof, right? And right now, we're definitely in it. Now, the one positive of this is you can say, well, if you do order a Tesla, you can actually get your hands on it relatively soon versus, have to wait 3 months for it or 6 months for it, a year or something like that, right? So there is always positives and negatives with everything, right? But here you can look at Tesla's order backlogs in units. This is his numbers, okay? And basically about 54,000 right now. Obviously, US really, really weak. I think part of that also is, I think, just production is just really perfectly run by Tesla now, so do keep that in mind. But overall, demand's not insanely strong right now, okay? Based upon what we're looking at for kind of these numbers here. Now, there's two core reasons for this, in my personal opinion, okay? The first core reason is the Fed has kept raising rates, right? At the end of the day, this makes it much harder to get a car loan. So if you're talking about, and especially with Tesla starting to hit the sorts of delivery numbers, I mean, we're talking about Tesla's next objective now at this point in time is to start selling multi-million units per year. Multi-million units. That's Tesla's next growth vector. Now when you're starting to hit some of these sorts of numbers, Tesla's starting to start hitting numbers here that, Ford and GM hit and many of the other big automakers, they're going to start projecting to hit there over the next few years. Well, when you're talking about that, you're not just selling to wealthy owners anymore. Now you're selling to the middle class, and you're talking about even folks that are trying to make it into the middle class. You even need to have those folks start buying your vehicles, right? So now it's harder than ever to get an auto loan, or I shouldn't say ever, but certainly hardest it's been probably since the great financial crisis to actually get a loan. So if people are actually going to buy a new vehicle now at this point in time, a lot are being shot down. It's very different than things were 12 months ago, 18 months ago, and this is a substantial holdback. Now, the second part of that is not only are people getting shot down for even getting a new vehicle, but rates are going up substantially. This was as of May. This is even much worse now. If you want to go buy a new $40,000, $50,000 Tesla right now, you are going to have to pay extremely high interest rates on buying that, right? Which, for the people that could get approved, a lot of them are saying, the hell with that right now. I'm not going to go get an auto loan right now I'm going to have to pay 8% on, 9% on. When just a couple years ago, I could go buy a new auto and I would have, a 2 or 3% interest rate on that, right? So a lot of people are just kind of almost like boycotting buying a new car right now. And they're saying, I'll just wait. Unless I really have to get a brand new car, I'll just wait on it. And not everybody has $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 just laying around to go pay cash for a new Tesla, right? You're always going to have a finite amount of those buyers. Most people buy cars at the end of the day, they buy it on a big loan. It's just a question of how big is the loan, which some of these loans are getting huge now at this point in time, okay? Now, me personally with Tesla stock, what am I planning on here? Knowing that likely the next couple quarter numbers might not be very exciting, okay? And knowing that Wall Street likes to freak out over these delivery numbers, which could send short-term pressure potentially on Tesla stock here, okay? So personally, what I'm planning on doing is just holding through this mess, okay? And whether the stock goes down to $200 or $175 or whatever, if that even happens, okay? I'm fine holding through that. I don't want to create a taxable event here and then try to time back in it if the stock does drop or something like that. And remember, the narratives can shift very fast in regards to Tesla. Just, very shortly ago, a few weeks ago, things were obviously very bullish around Tesla, right? You had all the partnerships where everybody's trying to use their supercharger network. The deliveries numbers were insane. And so things were looking really, really bright. Now all of a sudden it's looking like, oh boy, and that's why you're starting to see this, the stock price weaken and weaken here recently, right? And so Tesla is very up and down roller coaster. We do know there's a whole lot more ups than downs, but it is a very up and down roller coaster, okay? And the narrative could shift easily in a few months from now. One is Cybertruck, okay? Cybertruck's coming. I don't know if everybody knew this or not, okay? But Cybertruck's coming. And so it's a short-term holdback on profitability because whenever they ramp a new vehicle, it's usually not very profitable from the first couple quarters. But at the end of the day, that's going to start boosting up revenues in a substantial way in 2024, and it's going to add a new element of excitement around the company and just kind of like breath of fresh air to Tesla because, let's be honest, Tesla hasn't had a new product in the market in quite some time. Model 3 and Model Y now at this point in time are old news. Those are products that have been shown off years and years ago. So the fact that we finally have a new product coming here is going to be substantial for the stock price. It will be substantial for the company numbers, which is more what I care about. Also, you look at the P ratio. This is based upon analyst numbers, right? Which you might agree with analyst numbers or disagree with them or think Tesla's going to be better, whatever. Okay, Tesla's trading at a 54 forward P. That's about 3x roughly what the market's trading at. Okay, based upon 2024 numbers. And so it sounds crazy. It sounds very expensive. 3x, oh my gosh, 3x the market, oh, that's crazy. Well, Tesla is going to be likely growing. And once again, this is analyst numbers. They might do better than this, okay? But Tesla is going to be growing at a minimum of 5x, if not 7 to 10x, the revenue growth rates and EPS growth rates that the average stock out there trades at, okay? And so ultimately, Tesla is not nearly as richly valued as it looks on the surface level when you say, oh my gosh, it's at a 24 times. Shouldn't it be at like 16, 18? No, because they're going to grow massively more over the next many years than obviously an average company out there. So you have things that are outside of Tesla's control right now that are hurting Tesla substantially, which is ultimately at the end of the day, it's harder to get an auto loan, and for the people that could get a auto loan, a lot of them are saying, hell with this because interest rates are too high right now. I'll wait on this. I'm in no rush, okay? So that's what's going on with Tesla here, and it could, keyword is could, it could send Tesla stock down here over the next several months. For the folks that have been looking to get more shares of this one or to get shares of this one, you could have a pretty extraordinary opportunity over this next 6 months. And I better get inside before the big one comes, okay? I appreciate everybody as always. Much love. Thanks for being subscribed, folks. A new all-time high in the history of the channel in terms of subscribers. We are now at, how many subscribers are we at now? We're at 32,000 something, okay? I appreciate everybody. Thanks so much for being here, folks. Free 10X workshop. If you want that, check out pinned comment down there. I put that workshop together a few nights ago for you guys absolutely free. My hair is crazy. Much love and peace.